Alright, this is lesson 5-4, Polynomial Division. And when we divide one factor by another, and if it divides unevenly, that means it is a factor. It divides unevenly. So let's say I had x plus 3 into x squared plus 7x plus 12. If we learn how to divide that in, we get exactly x plus 4 in the numerator with no remainder left over, nothing left over, like a 0 at the bottom, then we know it's exactly a factor, exactly like that. So if we multiplied x plus 4 times x plus 3 exactly, we'd get back to x squared plus 7x plus 12, which exactly matches the divisor, which is a dividend, which is there. So if you don't have a remainder, that means they're exactly factors. There's nothing left over, no remainder whatsoever. If a polynomial of degree n is divided by a binomial, yes. So if I have polynomial of degree n divided by a binomial of degree 1, what's the degree of the quotient? So that means, let's say I had, I don't know, x to the 5th, and then I divide by something like x to the 1st. What they're saying is, when I get the answer, my quotient, what would the degree be? What would the highest power be, the exponent? Well, that would be of the order of the 4th. So how do we say that in general? Well, if we have something to the nth power divided by something to the 1st power, what are we doing with these exponents? When we divide, we subtract the exponents. So it's going to be x to the n minus 1 power. That's the general answer to number 2 when they're asking that kind of question. Number 3 actually asks us to divide out this polynomial by this binomial right here. So it's long division. You might remember it from primary education experiences you've had. Let's go over the steps. So you go x into x squared, that goes in x times. You go x times x is x squared. X times 6 is 6x. And you subtract, and you're going to get 7x, bring down the 49. This little step I'll help you with. It's called DMSB, and it stands for divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. That's a little acronym to help you. Then you repeat the process again, go back to D. You go x into 7x, 7 exactly. Then you multiply down, and you get 7x plus 42. You subtract, and you get 7. So that means our answer is x plus 7 with a remainder of 7 down here. So you say plus 7, and your remainder we divide by the divisor. It's like a fraction. So it's x plus 7 plus, separately, this part right here, that's our remainder. All right, so that would not be a factor exactly because we do have a remainder. All right, so here's number 4. Number 4 asks us to write this in a form where 4x plus 4 is a factor. That's what they're asking us for. So that means that 4x plus 4 is going to be a factor, and they want to know, what do I multiply that by? And then do I have a remainder? Put that there as well. So let's see how close we can get. How do we know? Well, we'd have to basically divide 4x plus 4 into negative 28x squared minus 48x minus 10 to c. First term into first term, it's going to be negative 7x. Multiply down, so it's DMSB, okay. So multiply down, we get negative 28x squared minus 28x. We subtract, be careful with the minus signs. So this minus becomes a plus, so it's going to become negative 28x, bring down minus 10. Okay. What's 20? Sorry, 20. Subtract is 20. Negative 20x minus 10. Now you divide negative 4x into negative 20x. That's minus 5. Multiply down here. Okay, so it's going to be negative 20x minus 20. We subtract, and this has become minus, and negative 20 becomes plus 20, so we're left with 10. So that means that's a remainder. We know it's a remainder. We can't go anymore because we can't divide 4x into 10. So that's why we know we can't go any further. So this is our quotient. That's our full amount, full whole number answer. So we're going to have negative 7x minus 5, and then a remainder of 10. So we say plus, because it's positive, 10 over, and then our divisor. We have to put that over there like that. All right, that's as simple as we can go. We could probably divide out 2's, but it's not really necessary. That's proper. That's fine. Moving on over to number 6. Straightforward. We practice this again so we get better with this algorithm. First term in the first term goes in x times. X times 2x squared is going to give us 2x to the third. Sometimes we have to look out for missing powers just to make sure we don't make any mistakes. So we multiply here, so x times 5 is 5x. When you put that 5x, you got to put that 5x directly where it goes, and this 5x goes directly here. Not here, but here, okay? So we're going to subtract, and we're going to bring this down. We have negative 10x squared. Now it's minus, it's going to be plus 2x. Yes, plus 2x, and then we bring it down. It's very important to put that in the right column here. So keep your columns organized by powers. And we divide in here, and we get negative 5. Multiply it down, we get negative 10x squared minus 25. Oh, careful, I almost did the same mistake. Minus 25, put that in this column. So we're going to get 2x down here, and negative 22 minus negative 25 is plus 3. So this is our remainder because we cannot continue because 2x squared is not divided into 2x. The other way around would work, but not this way. So that's our remainder right there. So our answer is going to be x minus 5 with a remainder of 2x plus 3 over 2x squared plus 5. Okay, let's continue here with number 7. X into x cubed goes in x squared. Now be careful here. We have missing a 0x squared, so we have to put that in. So x plus 2. We need a placeholder. We have to put a place for x squared. If we leave that off, we're going to make a mistake. We could 0x squared minus 3x minus 2. Then we divide it in exactly, and we're going to get x squared. You're going to get multiply down. You're going to get x to the third plus 2x squared. Now we subtract, and we're going to get 0 minus. It's going to be negative 2x squared minus 3x. And then we divide in here, and we're going to get minus 2x into negative 2x squared. It's going to be minus 2x. And, minus 2x. And then multiply down, and we're going to get minus 2x squared minus 4x. So it's going to be plus 4x. It's going to be positive x. Yes, it's going to be positive x, and you bring down the negative 2. So then we go x plus 2 and x minus 2. Well, x goes to x 1 time, so you put plus 1. So you're going to get x plus 2, and then you subtract, and you get negative 2 minus 2, which is negative 4. So our remainder is negative 4. So our final answer is going to be up here. It's going to be x squared minus 2x plus 1 minus 4 over x plus 2. So if they ask for the remainder, it's the remainder right here. And since it's negative 4, we do minus. If they just ask for the single numerator, then that would be the numerator of the remainder. Okay, number 8. Now this is something called synthetic division. That's a faster, automated way to do division without having to go through those steps that way. It's a little different way to do it. So what we do is we just take the coefficients, okay, like a 1 here, a 9 here, a 19 here, and a 15 here, and we draw those down. So, in other words, we write it out as if we were going to do it. And we're going to get x cubed plus 9x squared plus 19x plus 15. And this is going to be put a negative 2 on the outside because that's going to make 0 here. So negative 2 goes on the outside. The coefficients go on the inside, 1, 9, 19, and 15. Okay? And what you do is you bring down the first number, and you multiply diagonally. That's going to be negative 2. Combine, not subtract, combine. You're going to get a 7. Multiply diagonally. Okay, it's times here, times here. You're going to get negative 14. You combine here. Negative 14, it's going to be a 5. Multiply here, it's going to be negative 10. Combine there, and you get a 5. So 5 is our remainder. We can't go anymore. That's our remainder. So the way we write our answer, we had 1, 7, 5, and then a 5. So this is our remainder, that's our constant, that's our first degree, and that's our second degree. So in other words, it's going to be x1, x squared column, that's our x column, that's our constant column, and that's our remainder. So the way we write this is x squared plus 7x plus 5, with a remainder of 5 divided by our divisor, which is x plus 2. So that's the way we write it. That's the way we translate our digits in the bottom to our full answer right here. So let's try synthetic here. So synthetic here, Remember, we have no x here term, so we have to represent that with our synthetic division. So since x minus 6, 6 goes on the outside. On the inside, I'm going to have 1. Now I have to put so it's negative 1 and negative 7 here. Now, since I have no x column, it's plus 0x, so I have to put a 0 here, very important. Okay, and then a 35. Drop the 1. All right, so you drop the 1, use 6 times 1 is 6. You combine the 6 and the 1, 6 and the negative 7, you get negative 1. Use the word combine. So to subtract, it's negative 6. Combine 0 and negative 6. You get 0 and negative 6, and we get negative 6. 6 times negative 6 is negative 36. Combine that, and we get a remainder of negative 1. So we're going to have, what do we have? We have 1, negative 1, negative 6, 1. 1, negative 6, and negative 1. Yeah, we get 1, negative 1, negative 6, and negative 1. 1, negative 1, negative 6, yeah, that's right. So there's our answer. So what's that mean? That means we have 1x squared minus x minus 6 and the remainder of 1. So it's 1 over x minus 6. So this part's our remainder, that part's our quotient. This part right here is called a quotient. Okay? Quotient, like a full number answer, then a remainder. And last one we'll take a look. Well, the next one we're going to take a look at here is x minus 3. So we drop a 3 on the outside. Let's see if we have any missing coefficients. We have a 3, a 1, a 1. We put a 0 in there. 0 is missing. 0 and 4. Drop the 3. Always drop the first number. 3 times 3 is 9. Combine that. You're going to get a 10. It's going to be 30. Combine that. You're going to get 31. Combine that. You're going to get 93. And 279. Big number there. 283. So that's our remainder right there. That's a big answer. So remember, it's going to be remainder, constant, first degree, second degree, third degree. So our final answer there is going to be 3x to the third plus 10x squared plus 31x plus 93 plus 283 over x minus 3 is our remainder, as our divisor. Okay, that's our final answer there. And the last one here is a box, and if we had a box and the volume was this expression right here, too strong, okay? And there's our length, there's our width, and we're trying to find the height. So in order to do that, we'd have to multiply the length times the width out, and then divide that into the volume to find the height. So we can multiply out, the length, so we have volume equals length times width times height. Right? So if we want to find this, we have to multiply these two and then divide that into volume. Okay, so length times width, we're going to have 2x plus 5 times 3x minus 4. Multiply that, you're going to get 6x squared minus 8x plus 15x minus 20. That's going to give us 6x squared plus 7x minus 20. And that's what we divide in. So on the outside, you're going to have 6x squared plus 7x minus 20, and that goes into the volume, which was 18x to the third minus 3x squared minus 88x plus 80. And so that divides in. So you have to go in here, that's going to long division, so it's going to be 3x. Multiply down, you get 18x to the third plus 21x squared minus 60x. Subtract, and we're going to get minus 24x squared minus 28x. Divide that in. Can we go? Yes, minus 4. Multiply down, you get negative 24x squared minus 28x. It's going to be minus 80. Oh, plus 80. Plus 80. Minus 4 times minus 20. Yeah, it's plus 80. So what's going to happen is we subtract this off. You're going to get 80 minus 80, so it's going to get a remainder of 0. So the exact, oh, sorry about that. Did I miss that? So we subtract this off, we get 80 at the top minus 80 at the bottom. This is subtraction here, we get exactly 0. So that means that that is our height right there. So what we did was we divided the length and the width into the volume to get the height. And that's how you do the last one. Thank you for watching.